Hi there. So, welcome to the Call to Cinema. I'm here live. And remember the other day when I was on here and I was kind of moving awkwardly because my knee was in some serious pain? Yeah. So, tonight, uh, tonight, it got all snowy. Hey, Alan. Hey, Danuch, welcome, man. So, I was walking up home and I decided, our mailbox is on the outside. You just got to go up like a few concrete steps. See where this is going? Hey, Jay, to get some mail because I had some packages come. Well, my better half had some packages come. That she bought some stuff for traveling with on Amazon. So I went up to get the mail, and I got to the third step and realized, you know what comes with snow? Ice. Ice comes with snow. So I fell down on the concrete steps, and I hurt my hands and my knee even worse. So tis what it is. Tonight I am looking at my 101 films collection. It's very small. I will let you know that right away. Plus, to as an extra bonus, I got 5 films that people don't talk about very much, but I think that they're worth having in your collection. I was doing the 101 films one in, kind of to go along with because the UK is having their election tonight. That not looking great. Hey Ryan, that's all I'm going to say about that. So let's start off with, before I do the 101 films, let's start with 5 films that I really think people don't talk about enough. One of them is actually going into print, so let's start with that one. So Blue Underground tweeted out today that a couple of their movies are going into print, and they're not coming back. So this isn't the case of a movie going out of print, and then you're going to bring back like a new edition of it or a lenticular cover. So Venom, the beautiful Susan Day George, pretty sure. No, Susan Hayden, right? No, Susan Day. It is Susan Day George, right? Susan George. Okay. Yes, it is. Got to get it right. Susan George, Sterling Hayden, Klaus Kinski, Sarah Miles, Nicole Williamson, Oliver Reed. Excellent film. Wouldn't consider this. It's got a snake. I don't consider this a snake film. More of like a Desperate Hours type of thing. If you've ever seen Desperate Hours, either the original or the remake. That's kind of. Anybody seen this? Kind of what I liken it to. Those are 3 that are usually big on that are definitely big in my play. Steve Irwin. You mean like Crocodile Hunter? I don't actually. I remember his stuff, and I am a big animal person, so I'm definitely down with like guys that were big on basically nature and earth preservation. That's a big thing for me. My better half is actually, she's a scientist. Hey Joseph, she actually she is a marine biologist. That's what her degree's in. When she went out work-wise, like she didn't end up going towards marine biology because, you know, money and work. A lot of her friends are also scientists. I'm kind of an oddball out. I'm not a scientist. I just wear a coat. But this is a really cool release. If you haven't picked it up, definitely give it a shot. I don't know if this is a limited edition. Maybe it's not. Either way, there is a limited edition this came out apparently. But Venom's going out of print from Blue Underground, and I do think it's really worth picking up. There's a great booklet with this one here, just so you know. Beautiful like artwork of Susan George, and they talk about like other like kind of snake movies on here. I do not. Has anybody seen this movie? I don't consider there's a snake in this film, but I do not consider this a snake movie. Though they mention like other things like Jaws of Satan, Spasms, and that type of stuff. Good movie, yes. Snake movie, not so much. That's my opinion. Let me know. If you're watching this later on and you think that Venom's a snake movie, feel free to correct me on that. So Danush, okay. Good movie. Not a snake movie though, right? Like, I know there's a snake in it, but this is not like the Jaws of snakes or anything like that. This is more of like, kidnapping, kind of a Desperate Hours type of thing. That's the way I always took it. All right. Enough on that one. So all 5 of these releases are movies that I think are really fun, that I think for one reason or another. Exactly. There's definitely a lot more to the story. Way better than just a snake film. Although, nothing wrong with a good snake film, but still, it's more than that. The Unnameable. I had a lot of fun with this movie. This is one of those typical, kind of those straight to VHS back in the day type of movies that, that you'd find with some like cheesy acting and some decent, pretty decent special effects overall for lower budget special effects. This is the cover that you probably saw back in the VHS days when you're at the VHS store, movie stores. Unnameable. There wasn't Unnameable 2. I don't have that. Hey, Mug, welcome. These are 5 releases you should have in your collection. First one was Venom from Blue Underground. But this is a lot of fun. I love the slipcover, by the way. It is a gorgeous looking slipcover. I got this from good old Bay Street Video back in January. And I'm ending off by showing this as one of the releases that I think that people should pick up. There's some great features on here. For a movie like this, it actually has a fantastic... Maria Ford's in Unnameable too. Ooh, yeah, I like Maria Ford. That is such a weird pose. But definitely check this out. A lot of fun, very cheesy. It was something that I expected, like something like a Vinegar Syndrome or something to put out. But this is actually MVD Visual, Unearthed Classics. By the way, right now, I got to say this. I'm going to say this right now. If you have not checked out Heath's Serial at Midnight's video, Black Friday video on his MVD sale, and how he feels like MVD won Black Friday, check that out. One, thank you, Heath, for mentioning me in the video. But every year now, well, since last year, I look forward to the Serial at Midnight MVD video, and he never disappoints. He always has some great stuff. He also does the best reviews on MVD Rewind videos out there. Unearthed Films, yep. This is Unearthed Films, who I think are a subsidiary of MVD Visual, which does the MVD Rewind collection, which I talk about a lot on this channel because you all should be collecting those. And this is another one of their labels, so definitely check this out. Look at this cover. This is not a gorgeous cover. It's like a work of art. It truly is. And feature-wise, much like the MVD stuff, you got video interviews with the with the actors here, with all the actors here. I'm pretty sure they've done video interviews with absolutely everybody that acted in this film, because there's not a lot of people in this film. I'm not going to lie. There's not like a ton of people. It's one of those straight to VHS type of things, but it's really fun. I don't know if this ever had a theater release. Probably a limited theater release if it had one. But it's cheesy fun. Trust me, you'll like it. It's fun. And this will look gorgeous. People see this in your collection, like, oh, what is this? And we get a audio commentary too, with looks like the entire cast. So it's worth checking out. Next up is a Raro release, and it's an earlier one, but it's one that I like. I like these. You notice these are not horror. That's horror, but the first, no. But this is Shoot First, Die Later. Pretty violent cover when you look at this. Yeah, kind of a contrabandy type of thing, right? So this is by Fernando de Leo. If you're not familiar with Fernando de Leo, I'm a huge fan of Fernando de Leo. Raro Video put out 2 collections of his films. Another person that's a huge fan of Fernando de Leo is Quentin Tarantino. And if you've seen movies like Inglourious Bastards, well, the ending of Inglourious Bastards will show you what a big fan of Fernando de Leo that Tarantino is, because that's an ending from a film by de Leo. This is actually a really cool one. I think this is based on a true story, actually. Um, I'm pretty sure because basically, Arrow's releasing this one, dude. If you put more, it's definitely worth picking up. This is a really cool one. I got to get your messages up here because I am totally missing out on stuff. I do apologize. So if I miss the message there, I'm going to look over it. Making sure this is turned down so I'm not getting any type of like advertisements coming on here. Australia Zoo website. Oh, okay, cool. It's a cool film. Basically, it's about this cop and his father's kind of a bit of a corrupt cop too. Great film. This one has a documentary on it, Master of the Game, and the second round of the game. So definitely worth checking. Want to see the inside cover? Because it's different. So this is I guess this is the homogenized kind of like classic cover. This is Raro, legitimately in your face type of cover. Too cheesy? Too dad joke? I apologize. I don't apologize. I own that. So Shoot First, Die Later. Definitely recommend checking this out. Whether you get the new upcoming Arrow edition or you go and grab the Raro version, which is probably going to be a bit cheaper to pick up. Since Part 2 is coming out, and since I'm pretty sure I got to get Hitchhike. Well, I really like that film. That's David Hess, right? I'm pretty sure that's if I'm thinking of the right movie, that's Hess. And it's the only one of that trilogy that I don't have. So there's a sequel to this coming out. I got to meet the director and the stars of this film. They were really nice. I actually have the mask for this film, made by the director himself, not the mass-produced ones that came out later on. So, Franco Nero. Yeah, that's the name I was trying to remember. Well, I was saying David Hess. I'm thinking, there's that guy, that big guy, whose name totally I forgot, but you remembered. So this is Orphan Killer. Orphan Killer was a unique little kind of slasher film, trying to make like a new, slasher icon. And it was promoted primarily through Facebook. So there was an Orphan Killer website. I like the trailer actually. And basically, they promoted the film online. So I went to a convention in Montreal. They had like a Montreal Comic Con, and they had like Montreal Horror Fest that was going on there. They were kind of going on together. So they don't do the Horror Fest part anymore. It's a shame. They really should. So I got to meet the people that made Orphan Killer. I've been following it on Facebook. I'm a really big slasher fan. I like metal. So I knew that the release that they put out wasn't going to just have like Orphan Killer on it, but it was also going to come with the soundtrack. And it was like the soundtrack was a lot of like indie metal bands, and it is like 14 tracks. So that's pretty cool. And you get bands here like Bullet Tooth and is it Bullet Tooth? No, sorry, First Blood, Asking Alexandria, Deception of a Ghost, A New Revolution, This or the Apocalypse, Most Precious Blood, stuff like that. Kind of really cool stuff, kind of. So I bought it like the package that came with the mask, and I got to meet Diane Foster, who stars in this film, and she's not only gorgeous, like you see people in movies, and a lot of times there's makeup, they're done up and all that type of stuff, and they got the right lighting on them. No, she legitimately is a beautiful lady. But not only that, actually super sweet. One of the sweetest, most kind of unassuming girls you'd ever meet, like when it comes to Scream Queens. And she's definitely on her way to becoming like a newer Scream Queen. She's in the second Orphan Killer movie that's coming out, and she is going to be badass in this one. So looking forward to the new Orphan Killer 1. Figured there's new ones coming out. You might as well, if you don't have it, get it in your collection. There was an edition that came out, if it's still available. I got to get it because I did like the film. There's like a big long documentary on there, like over 2 hour long documentary. So what's number 5 before we get to the 101 films? Well, here's a little film put out by Grindhouse, right? Yeah, Grindhouse releasing. That when everybody talks about the Grindhouse releasing films and they mention I drink your blood, and all type of stuff, there's one that I think is passed by a lot, and it's probably because it's not horror, it's not like a sci-fi film, it's not like the typical Grindhouse thing, but it's just a really good film. And it stars Burt Lancaster. If you've never seen it, I definitely recommend you check it out. It's a great release too. This is a really cool release of the film, and that is this one right here. This is The Swimmer. I'm not joking. It's an excellently brilliant film. If you've never seen it, strongly recommend it. Great features on here as well. There's this was based on a New Yorker short story. The short story is kind of included in here. Oh, Weldon, you got to get this one. This is an excellent release. There's like over 2.5 hours of documentary featurettes on here as well. Of course, a 4K scan of the film. Oh, Kathy, do you have The Swimmer? This is a really good Burt Lancaster film. Directed by Frank Perry, who did Diary of a Mad Housewife and Mommy Dearest, for if you want to get like some other films that he did. Definitely check it out, Kat. I think you'll like it. I really do. So basically, the idea behind The Swimmer is like, want me to read? I'll read. I'll do it the cheap way. I'll read off here. Burt Lancaster stars as Ned Merrill, a man who confronts his destiny by swimming home, pool by pool, through the suburban nightmare of upper-class East Coast society. Based on the acclaimed story by John Cheever, screenplay by Eleanor Perry, and directed by Frank Perry. The Swimmer is a film like no other, a feature-length Twilight Zone episode by way of The New Yorker. So definitely check this out. Those are 5 films that everybody, I think, no matter what genre you like, should have in your collection. And for those that came in late, before I get to the 101 stuff, those 5 films that I think everyone should have are Blue Underground's Venom, which is not just a snake movie, it's actually a really good film. And if you like movies like Desperate Hours and stuff like that, I think you're going to enjoy this. It's a bit of a thriller. So, a bit of a kind of a kidnapping type thing. The Unnameable by MVD Visual, otherwise known as Unearthed Classics, right? Unearthed Classics under this label here. They do the MVD Rewinds as well and the MVD Marquees. So, one of the most gorgeous covers, definitely worth checking out. Unnameable. This one, Kathy might have. Here, Shoot First, Die Later. It's Fernando Del Rio. Fantastic film. Way better than I expected it to be. And I should have expected it to be good because it's Fernando Del Rio, and I'm never disappointed by him. I'm going to be honest with you on that. Good evening, Mark. I always want to say that. Oh, hi there, Mark. That thing. But definitely check this one out if you don't have it. It's a great rare release. And if you don't like the gorier cover, you can always go with this one right here. Gotta get this one. The Swimmer, hands down. If you get only one thing out of these 5 films that I mentioned here, make sure you get this one. And of course, Orphan Killer. Now for my very modest collection of 101 films. Trapeze is an amazing film, Kathy. I love that film. Burt Lancaster and Tony Curtis, if I remember correctly. I'm moving around a lot, again, because I hurt my leg worse than I did yesterday. My hands went in the snow. So they were, they were so cold when I came inside that they were like legit like kind of frozen, and they were defrosting. So I was actually eating some food, and is that blood come through there? It is too. And I didn't even notice that I scraped my hand, like here, until like after my hand had defrosted, and I started to see kind of blood drip down my wrist. So there we go. Ready to see a very modest MVD Rewind collection? I'm by modest. I'm serious. I got like 6 titles, and none of the black labels that all you guys have. So well. If any of you guys there over in the UK, you want to send me a black label title, appreciate it. I got to say, I got a couple nice things coming for Christmas from some people, including I don't want to give it away too much, including something that is going to have a Cult of Cinema label on it. I'm not joking. Somebody's done up a Cult of Cinema item. And I'm super excited about that. So I can show you guys. All right, you ready? So I'm going to leave these two. I'll go with the cult movie collection first. I do. I'm a huge Tony Curtis fan. I'm a huge Jamie Lee Curtis fan. So yeah. So this one was put out later on by MVD, and I did buy the MVD edition, you know, because I'll show this. I've showed you the MVD one around a couple weeks ago. I'll go a couple weeks ago, but a couple days ago. And that is Double Dragon. I actually like this. I know it's a cheesy film. I know it's not a good film, but it's a film I like. I can rewatch it, and it doesn't hurt that Christina Wagner and Alyssa Milano are at their peak in this film either, and it's just fun. I mean, I know Janet Leigh, and Janet Leigh has the car in Psycho in H2O. Just when you're watching her, Janet Leigh come out, look at the car behind her. That's the Psycho car. All right. So Double Dragon, I know, not for everybody. I love it. It's fantastic. MVD Rewind, amazing edition of this. Lots of features. No features on this one, but we got this before that came out. You guys are all full of the facts tonight. Apparently, the new Xbox was just announced on the Game Awards, which I'm going to watch later on in a repeat. Series X. I'm very excited. I'm a big gamer, which I don't show on here because you guys kind of don't get into me talking about games. You are? Did you go to the polls today? You guys did the election, right? One of our people just stepped down type thing. But that's boring stuff. Let's get back to movies. Your PS4 gamer? I'm all. I got all 3 of them. Ooh, Kathy, it's going to be big. This time around, I think we're going to have more of a competition between PS4 and Xbox. And that's a good thing. It's always a good thing for gamers when you got strong competition. Firewalker. Just a fun Chuck Norris, Louis Gossett film that definitely had a lot of fun with this film. Not a great film, but definitely fun cheese. And I think this was just mentioned actually. Split Second. It's a Rutger Hauer film. I'm a huge Rutger Hauer fan. I actually really like this film. I probably have not seen this film since back in the VHS days. I'm waiting to watch this with my better half. I don't think she's seen it. So this is going to be kind of new to her. And I know she likes these type of films. She's a huge Rutger Hauer fan too. And I know she likes these type of action-y, sci-fi type of films. Oh, well, and have a great evening there, man. Thanks for coming in. Oh, 101 Films. They released it. 101 Films, Ragman, are a company from the UK. And they do a lot of really cool releases. They do like these here. These are their kind of their cult movie. Their cult movie collection. Oh, I do. I saw the Campbell Road movies in theater. Region free? I'll find it for you. Nope. This one's a PAL actually. I thought some of them were region free. Now you might want to kind of check out online just to be sure. Sometimes some of these here turn to be. I think MVD is finding this one here in North America. I don't think I have seen the Salamander Key. I've heard of it, but I don't think I've seen it, to be completely honest with you. But great little film. I'm a huge Rutger Hauer fan. And again, Kim Cattrall and the late Michael J. Pollard. So if you're a Michael J. Pollard fan, he's in there as well. So the next one up is pretty cheesy. But better have soup wanted this one. I did too, because, oh man, is that a nice one? The 101 Films Black Christmas. I want their Black Christmas. I really do. The Lou Ferrigno collection. I'm not joking. Yes. And not only that, but we have the Kino Blu-ray of this Sinbad movie. It's not a good, it's a fun movie. It's not a good movie. There's a difference. It's a fun movie. All these are fun. Hercules, Hercules 2, like The Adventures of Hercules 2. So what type of things can you expect in a Lou Ferrigno Hercules film? Why, he'll grab a bear and sling him into the stars. Exactly, Luigi Cozzi. And that's how Ursa Major was made. I'm not joking. It's in this movie. You kind of got to see it. It's kind of fun. It's kind of an excellent fun film. And you would think, okay, it's a fairly cheaper release. Maybe it's only going to be like one disc. But no, it is Hercules. Actually, Hercules 2 and the Sinbad. So they each got their own Blu-ray disc here. Gotta love that. The Occult Collection. See Scream Factory Blu-rays? Scream Factory did Blu-rays for the Hercules films? Steve Reeves. I remember Steve Reeves. Now, the next two releases are movies that are from their red label. Now, see, the Tear Up. So, and I don't mean tear up as in crying, I mean like the tear, T-I-E-R. So, 101 Films also has a red label. Now, the red labels are the next level with special like features, editions, all that type of stuff, right? And then they have what's called the black label. And the black label, that's the highest level. That's with the most special features, cool like kind of cases and stuff like that. So they go into 3 levels. I've only got 2. I'm only up to the red level yet, labels yet so far. So I got 2 red labels. You want to see them? You ready for these? And these are 2 you should have. You should. They're fun. I'm not joking. So first up is Amazon Women on the Moon. I absolutely love this film. I'm not joking. I do. This is an amazing film. I love the skits. I love the fact that this edition of Amazon Women on the Moon, oh, it's really cool. Man, you ready for the cast list for this movie? So we got Roseanne Arquette, Paul Bartel, Ralph Bellamy, Carrie Fisher, Sybil Danning, Steve Force, Monique Gabrielle, Steve Allen, Steve Gutenberg, Arsenio Hall, Howard Hessman, Ed Begley Jr. in a really good part, Russ Meyer, Kelly Preston, Henny Goodman, B.B. King. There's a ton of people in this film. It is one of those like kind of like skit ones. It has this like really big ongoing thing like called Amazon Women on the Moon. Oh yeah, she has a good part too. It is fantastic. Much like when the Kentucky Fried Movie came out, they did their Fistful of Yen. Amazon Women on the Moon literally puts their tagline one right here. Amazon Women on the Moon. Unofficial sequel. See, we think alike. Kentucky Fried Movie, one of my favorite comedies of all time, just so you know. High School Girls in Trouble. So you open it up. It is a Blu-ray and DVD combo pack. There is a booklet with it. But not only that, see, when this movie came out, it's like a skit one. There were skits that didn't, hey, Emily, welcome. We're looking at Amazon Women on the Moon right now. Tell me you've seen this film. There were skits that never made it to the film. So this release here has the skits that never made it in the film. They got him as a bonus feature. It's actually very cool. Arsenio Hall is great. Yes, Arsenio Hall plays this really kind of guy that has the worst day ever. Super clumsy day. I got my shipping notification, Emily, and it should arrive on the 18th, so I'm very excited about that. And there's some really cool ones. Michelle Pfeiffer is in like a sequence in this, in a really weird scene, like skit in this one here. One of the most memorable is the Steve Guttenberg one for me. And it's kind of ahead of its time because basically Guttenberg is going on a blind date. Hey, Cinematech, welcome. With Rosanna Arquette. And unfortunately, technology has advanced and his date is not going to go the way that he wants it to. I won't tell you any more than that, but check it out. And of course, this one here is an interview with the gorgeous Sybil Danning. And that's a picture of her from the set of Amazon Women on the Moon. If that can make you want it, I don't know what can. And it does have alternate artwork as well, and this is pretty much it. Oh, dude, yeah, Jeremy, definitely. Jeremiah, I'm sorry. Because, like, feature-wise, aside from the skits, there's an interview with Carl Gottlieb on here, an interview with the cinematographer, and this name is going to sound familiar. You've heard it before if you're a horror fan. So Daniel Pearl that was the director of cinematography on this. Yep, you know, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre guy for the original and the remake. There's an audio commentary with Nathaniel Thompson from Mondo Digital, and which is actually a really good company, kind of like a website. I don't actually, not yet. And of course the booklet and the skits as well, the extra skits. Check this out. It is one of the treasures of my collection. A while back, 101 Films had a sale. I let people know about the sale at the time, and I actually went through their website and went through every one of the films that he had on sale. Now, just so you know, they're black labels. They're their biggest ones. I said, "Oh, nice find." Their biggest are normally do have kind of a sale on them, like 2 for $20 or 2 for $25, something like that. I'll check. I'll actually look at my phone in a minute. So this is the last one. Yeah, you remember this? You remember that? You were here for that video, the video series that I did in 101 Films. Their website, actually. Everyone that I got here that I'm going to tell you about, and maybe we'll have another sale they'll have another sale just after Christmas, because that's when they did their last sale. Thanks, Warlock, for remembering, by the way, because you got a better memory than I got. They did a big sale, and like we got a bunch of their stuff for super inexpensive. And I came on here and I did a whole video about the website, about the sale, and I went through all the titles that were on sale and gave my recommendations. I got Hoboshock. I got the Canadian edition, so it's got like a slip cover that kind of like pops up type of thing, kind of like the Godzilla Criterion thing. It's actually pretty cool. Stone Cold. Don't laugh. I kind of love this film. I really do. I like biker action films, especially these type. So Stone Cold stars Brian Bosworth. He really didn't star in a lot of films. I know they had black. I couldn't afford it, but this is a great release fragment of this film, by the way. So feature-wise, you think they'd have a lot of stuff, but they don't really. One thing it does have, and which I think is super cool. You ready for this? So it has a poster, but not just any poster. It has a poster that, to me, looks like an actual theater poster, kind of like some of the Vinegar Syndrome posters do. And this is it right here. So as you can see, it's not just an aesthetic poster with a basic picture on it. No, this is a poster like you would see it in the theater, and with all the names and the tagline stuff down below. I love that. I prefer, if you're going to do a poster, I don't think so, actually. Maybe an unofficial sequel. I've heard like certain films are called unofficial sequel, or this was called an unofficial sequel to something else. Then leave this in. I don't want to see just like this. Movie posters don't look like that. They don't look like this. Movie posters look like this with the names and all that stuff on there. I appreciate that level of of commitment, of that the little extra bit put in. because I do want to see, you know, the art, but I want to see the names and stuff there too. It takes me back. This is the type of thing I want to put up. If you do your poster and it's just the poster and there's no tagline on it, I'll wait on putting it up. Because I'm like that. Firestorm, yeah, I remember that one too. It's a fun film, Ready. I think you'll like it. And who can Ghoulies and Ghoulies 2 Steelbook? Yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah. So they didn't do that one afterwards? Look how sexy this cover looks. And if you want to see like the original artwork, like I'll show you that as well. It's not as cool, but there you go. Brian Bosworth on a bike. As you can see, he's got the infamous mullet that he had back then. You know, business in the front, party in the back. I like Arrow, the way they, oh yeah, I got some Arrow posters here. I can't remember which one. Watch me. You got to get yourself a nice physical release of this one here. And Kathy, this one is Region B, unfortunately. But definitely worth checking out. That's all I got from 101 Films. I wish I could tell you I had more. But this is my collection, 101 Films, so far. It's literally just a handful. I did not know that they put it, I think I did know, but I forgot that they put it rabbit. So, I had to say goodnight to my better half who's not getting home to. I did because I had the Ringu set. And if you have the Ringu collection too, you'll have it as a special feature on the second disc, I think. I do need to try Black Label title. I really do. Oh, yes. I forgot that was 101 Films. So I have another one. Hold on. I can barely stand, but I'm going to get to it. I'm waiting to watch this one when my youngest comes home. This is a 101 Films DVD. I'm actually very excited about this film. It's going to be one of the ones for my holiday horrors. But I'm waiting for my youngest to come home because we'll watch some holiday horror together. I got to see the original of this one. I heard they're putting the original on Blu-ray, which kind of excites me because it's never gotten a good release. So let's go to 101 Films website. Let's see some of the stuff they got. Because they've been pretty good. Yeah, their shipping actually, from what I remember, was pretty good. They always say a sale thing, but it's not really. So their Black Label titles, for instance, they're usually like fairly decently priced. Like usually 2 for 20 or 2 for 25, something like that. So here is what they put out on in the Black Label. So there is the newer one. So there was Prom Night. That's the most recent one. Hurricane. I probably do need a cane. After the last couple of weeks I've had, I probably will need one. Skinner, of course, which is put up by Severin Films as well. Rabid, the 1977 original. Howard the Duck. Class of 1984. The Cooler. I have the uncut blue from Severin. It's excellent too, actually. Trespass. Black Book. Roller Coaster, which is actually sold out in the limited edition, but you can get a regular edition black label of it. Existence, also the limited edition has gone that one. And Grifters, which was the first one that they put out. And I should probably get, because I'm a huge fan of the movie The Grifters. So let me give you an idea of like what their black label kind of looks like. So let me just grab one here at random. Oh, that's Instagram. So let me go to their black labels and just pick, let's pick Prom Night, okay? So this is the cover art for their edition of Prom Night, the black label one. Just look how gorgeous that looks. And, you know, this is like you seeing it secondhand on my phone. So what does their like Black Label consist of, for instance? Well, brand new extras, Chasing the Final Girl, a new documentary on final girls and horror films. Damn, I need this. I did not know that was there. This is my first time reading this alongside with you. I really need this now. I love documentaries. Oh, by the way, I found out that the second documentary, the VIPCO documentary on spookies, for anybody that's got spookies coming for from the Vinegar Syndrome sale, that that baby is 2 hours and 12 minutes long. It's a beast of a documentary. It's awesome. I cannot wait to get that. An interview with Paul Lynch, audio commentary at Fright Fest, Paul McAvoy, and filmmaker Jake West. A limited edition booklet. Just some effing nerdy. Additional extras include a commentary, Horrors of Hamilton High, making prominent featurette like these were on before. Collection of additional scenes added for the television broadcast. Comes in a hard case, similar to what... Exactly. I need these. You're right. I do need these. Outtakes, motion still gallery, original radio spots, theatrical trailers, TV spots. I so want this so bad. Comes with a limited edition slipcase and booklet. I want to see one that has like, I want to see like something with a kind of a cool different artwork here. Cool classic look for the class of 1984. Very reminiscent. I guess that's the same kind of poster that Anchor Bay did when they did theirs. Or that Scream Factory or Show Factory. Show Factory put it. Was it Scream Factory? One of those put it out anyway. Again, brand new extras, and brand new interview with Tom Holland. A limited edition booklet on here as well, including the extras that you were probably seen before on the Scream Factory edition. I'm going to say Scream Factory. Now, Black Christmas came out from 101 Films. Recently, there was just mentioned it was a steelbook edition of that came out. But here is the sexy looking Black Christmas case. I absolutely adore this one here. I would pick this up like, gonna see, before the Scream Factory edition. Like I got the Canadian edition of Black Christmas, The Season's Grievings, but I kind of really want this cover. This is the original 1974 Black Christmas, by the way, in case you're wondering. But does that not look like a sexy cover? Like in all seriousness. It's got the Black Christmas Legacy documentary, Victims and Virgins, talking to Lynn Griffin, of course, in this one here, and Films and Furs, Remembering Black Christmas with Art Hindle. And Art Hindle is incredible. This is one of the red labels. We've gone to the red labels now, because I read you out all the... Jack the Giant Killer came out. Zakino put that out too. There's a red label edition of that. A Basketball, don't laugh. I know it's juvenile, but I really actually like that film. They put out a really cool edition of Room 237. I utterly adore their cover for it. Look at that. So if you don't have the documentary Room 237, it's an insane documentary on like Kubrick's The Shining and people seeing things in the film that aren't that aren't meant to be there. But this is a gorgeous artwork cover for that one. And I might have to upgrade that one too. Colossus of New York is here, if you like the classic stuff. I have a few Lion Gates. Oh yeah, I'm in Canada, so I get a few Lion Gates DVDs. And of course the Vestron ones when they were out as well. And just like the regular catalog releases, like if you're into horror, for instance, or their action stuff too, you do need to see it again. It's a great film. But like they put out, before it was put out by Arrow Video, they originally put out like Pray for Death and they got Rage of Honor. And I love the fact that I'm guessing Arrow probably has like, I don't have the Shameless release of The Beyond. I have like the Arrow release, so I didn't go for it again. Because I'll be honest, that's probably not my favorite Fulci, though I do watch it. It's a great Fulci. But I got a really cool like steelbook of The Beyond, and I think that's like, okay, this is the ultimate for me. But I will have to check it out though. Lionheart with there's so much that they're doing and putting out, and I don't give them enough credit. I don't talk about them enough. I probably should. mention them more often. Because, like, they put out Cherry Falls, as well. They did Lord of Illusions. They put out Dolls. Uh, they put out some classics. I love their cover for Ghoulies, for the first Ghoulies. Look at that. I know you probably can't see it very well. You'll have to check their website out later, but it's right there. And it is glorious. I really don't like the cover for Rabbit, but it is what it is. And if you want Cellar Dweller on its own and as part of a 4-pack, I did not get Once Upon a Time in Hollywood yet. I want to, but kind of broke right now. It's close to Christmas. After Christmas, probably. I'll wait for a Boxing Day sale. I'll probably miss the Boxing Day sale because Boxing Day is usually the right after Christmas, the 27th, and I'm going to be on my own. Oh, Alligator People, like they do some great releases. There's a Japanese anime called Little House. I do not have that. I could barely get through Little House on the Prairie, the original TV series. I know a lot of people love it. Wasn't one of the big ones for me. But I remember the books. The books were horrifying. I remember reading one of the Little House on the Prairie books to my kids, like when they were younger, and they got like pretty intense. Like there was a hard winter and talking about like killing the animal and skinning him. And it was pretty. Anybody that read those books, you know what I'm talking about. They don't like hide much when it comes to those. Not at all. I'm wearing my Tom and Jerry shirt again today. I put this on when I got back. I put this on last night. Joke, yeah. It is like they do get seriously intense. Oh no, William, it's very different. Since TV shows like, but oh man, yeah, it's brutal. It's like really kind of when you're looking at like, it's definitely like the backwoods type of life type thing. It goes way farther the adventures of the Wilderness Family. I remember watching The Adventures of the Wilderness Family back in the day in theater. Good movie. They replayed it. I think I was too young when it originally came out. The one book that my oldest she didn't like reading was Catcher in the Rye. She hated Catcher in the Rye, and basically because she said, and I gotta agree with this, Holden Caulfield is a whiny little. He is. He truly is. But that's my take on Catcher in the Rye, and that's my oldest take on Catcher in the Rye. She really didn't like it. And it's one of those books that you always see, like if somebody goes and takes it's like a shooting type of thing. They find a Catcher in the Rye, copy of Catcher in the Rye. So maybe there's maybe there's a connection there. Maybe it's one of those trigger books. I don't know. Random thoughts. Oh, my leg's hurting me. You guys got quiet for a second there. You're making me nervous. I get nervous. I talk. I ramble. Or ramble. Don't make much sense. That type of thing. So I'm probably gonna make this a short video. I hadn't planned to make a long one tonight anyway. That's why I gave you the 101 collection and 5 films that I think you should own. So now that we talked about 101 films, now that we've dove into them a little bit, now here's your homework. Homework. Nobody likes that. Here's your fun work. Check out the 101 Films website. Let me know what you think. I'm hoping there's a sale coming up because I kind of want a 101 Films sale to tempt me. Maybe I'll get some money during Christmas or for my fams. My dad usually gets me a book nowadays during Christmas. I'm actually excited I know what my mom's getting me, and I'm actually very excited about that too. But because mom's getting me the Rec collection, and I really want that. There's a ton of features on that I really want to see. And my dad won't tell me what it is, but every year he gets me like a movie book. Last year it was Justin Kurzweil's slasher book, and the year before there was one on Giallos. I'm very curious to what's going to be this year. So my parents gave me good gifts. I got to say, I got a Rec collection coming, and I got a book coming. Probably next week sometime. Upgrade is an amazing film. If you haven't seen it, it was a Lee Winnell film. Definitely check it out. We watched it here. Me and my better half watched it, and my cousin watched it. And my better half doesn't watch a lot of like the horror type films, but she really liked this one. Like I right, like she does watch a lot of films with me. Like she does watch like some horror stuff, and you know definitely she'll watch some of the cheesy stuff as well. You came in at the last few minutes, but Ricky, you got here because I unfortunately have to go early tonight because today my stupid butt slipped down and hurt myself. Arrow has a sale right now? Look at all the stuff. Is their warehouse sale still going on? I thought that was over. Did my voice sound like I was going through puberty again? Because it kind of, to me, sounded like I was going through puberty again. Yep. Yeah, I got it. And apparently, still bleeding a bit because it's soaking through. Anyway, I am in a ton of pain. I do not, and I would love to have that book. I am Aaron. This is the Movie Library. You are the cult of cinema, and you guys rock it. I'll be coming on here soon to make another video. As we get closer to 2019, we'll be doing some cool stuff, and I'll be doing some unboxings as certain things come in. I'll be unboxing some stuff to show you guys as well, so that's gonna be cool. I'll see you guys here next time. And Ricky, don't worry, I'll be here for a longer video next time around, hopefully. But for now, have a great night, and I will see you soon. It is time for tea.